Okay. Well, if you get deals in the area that are cash or whatever, and they cash flow using that calculator, let us know because we are buyers.
What are you on cash? What are you looking for?
Usually, it depends on the deal. If there's no equity in the deal, I want a $400 cash flow. If there's equity in the deal, I look for 300 to 400.
Okay. Are you now when you're refinancing on DSCR? Are you doing? Are you cashing out? Are you cash out refi or no?
Yes, usually, and I usually hold the properties long enough so that I can get cash out, simply because that cash is non-taxable. And because it's non-taxable, I can turn around and put it in my hip pocket and use it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll see what's going on with there.
Yeah, and if you're doing any DSCR loans, I've got some great people right here in town that work, some great brokers.
With some great brokers, absolutely.
Yeah, we're in the process right now. We just got done doing 4 of them. I think I still got 9 left to do, but we got to push through.
Okay. Yeah, because we're looking at maybe purchasing we're gonna purchase a property over in Yuma through hard money, then refi to a DSCR. Just that the hard money we were doing, it's charging us 4 points because we're gonna do no money down. That's a lot. 4 points origination fee.
Yeah. How much money do you need?
Well, we need. We're just trying to do no money down. It's the property's worth 150. We have it under contract for 150. LTV on it's 240.
Wow. Okay.
So
yeah. Are you gonna try and hold that property then?
Yeah, we're gonna try to hold it. We're gonna try to refinance it through a DSCR down the road, and
Right.
we're okay with it with refinancing and just paying whatever down payment we have to use.
Gotcha.
Because I think LTV, because on the DSCR you need to be like a 75 or 85% LTV, and I think 85%. Yeah, 75. I think at 75 it's 180 purchase price. So there's spread in there.
Yeah, you got room there, and you might even be able to pull. Once you have it appraised, you might even pull cash out of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's the plan. But I'm okay with just refinancing, and you know what I mean. But we're trying to do it with no money down. Just that our lender is charging us 4 points for origination fee for no money down, which is hefty.
You might want to call me directly. I might be able to help you out and save you some money.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I still got your number, brother. I'm gonna see.
Okay. All right.
I'll definitely reach out to you to see if we could work something out. If you could let us lend the money, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know.
Okay, John. Sounds good, man.
Deal and stuff. So, Jim, I think you were in next. What do you got going, dude?
Yeah, it's a little bit of the same. Just waiting to hear back on that property to see what the costs are going to be to just kind of button up a few things. They're also doing me a list of doing a full rehab, but not like a full-blown rehab, like a nice rehab, but spending little money to see about that, because we're looking at the property fixed up will probably sell for about 160. So
Great.
Yeah. So I had the inspector there twice, had his guy there, had my realtor there. I think it would be good to, if we were going to go that way, to maybe list it for 150 and try to get a bidding war instead of being high and letting it sit on the market for a while. So I came across money to do that. So just like I said, I'm looking at all options right now. Had another guy call today to, maybe do the lease option. He said he could put up the whole 15, but he's only, the only problem is he's only bringing in 2,400 a month. So he's kind of low. They just moved to the area about 4 months ago, and he has a wife too, and she's going to be getting a job. So that could change things. But we still have to wait for the tenant to leave and then close. So there's time there. So there's options.
In those situations, when somebody has like 15 grand let down like that, but they might be a little bit light on the monthly income, and the wife's going back to work, I'm usually all over it because they've got 15 grand up front that they have put skin in the game, and they're not going to lose that 15 grand. They will figure out how to come up with the rent. Yeah.
Right.
Do you ever, I just had this thought because we structured a deal similar to this. Do you ever structure the first year's payment at, let's say, 2,400, and then second year have a jump to a specific number instead of that 4% every year?
I have not. So you're talking about the lease payment itself, right?
Yeah, do like $2,400 for the first year, and then wherever you need to be at. I don't know where it's at, 3,000. Go to 3,000 on year 2, so it gives them time to get settled in their new home, have some lower payments. Yeah, your cash flow is probably lower. I don't know what it is, but then it jumps up year 2, and then it stays at that, and it grows that 4% over the remainder of the lease option.
I have never done that on the lease itself. I have done it on the option fee before. Where I've done the option fee assistance program where, for example, I might take $5,000 up front, and that gets them in the door. I've got one, I've even deferred the option fee for a year and just deferred it out. But you could do exactly that. I mean, it's all negotiable, so it doesn't matter
how you structure it.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a situation where we actually sold the people's house and they ended up moving into one of our houses and put all the option fee up front, actually a little extra. And then they prepaid for the first 6 months of the lease payment. And then now it's finally rolled so that they actually have the lease payment coming out. So it's all negotiable. So yeah, you could definitely do something like that. I just looked at if they've got a big option fee up front and they've got skin in the game, if their income isn't quite where it's supposed to be, because we like to be 2.5 times the rent or the lease payment, then I've actually come off of that a little bit. For example, the people I just told you about, they had no income because they were moving to a brand new area. They didn't even have jobs.
I think that call was I think that call is recorded in the trainings because it sounds familiar. That situation
it is
very familiar.
Yep, it is. It's actually in the deal.
That one.
And it's because they paid 15 plus 6 months worth of rent. I think it was $1,800 and some dollars a month. It's like, hell yeah, I'm going to take that gamble.
Yeah.
And they better find jobs in 6 months. And they're having problems finding jobs that can support it, but they're doing it. So, but they're not going to want to lose on, $20,000 they paid us.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting.
So, I mean, Jim, when you get done analyzing all your different ways and so forth, and especially when you got some private money to help you do the rehabs and so forth, then I can help you break down even further. Is it worthwhile doing a quick flip and doing it that way and making a big lump sum? Or what does it look like if you held it over a 5-year period? What are you actually going to make?
Right. Yeah, I definitely want to know that for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people don't figure all the way out with all the depreciation, appreciation you're doing, all the principal pay downs, all that kind of stuff. And I can help you figure that. We have a big spreadsheet that I use on every one of our properties to figure out what my projected 5-year return is on that particular property.
Great. Yeah, I definitely want to know that because I want to, obviously the thought of doing a quick flip and making some money sounds good, but it sounds to me like really the lease options where all the money's going to be made. It's just got to play the long game.
Well, and you've got that's a great situation. I mean, I still would love to take it down myself if you're not going to. He's got a deal here that he did a seller finance negotiation. He's paying the guy $3,000 up front, $300 a month, principal only until paid in full, buying this thing for about $50,000, and the fucking thing's worth, well, he said 160 fixed up. I mean, it's a fucking slam dunk. And he's got it listed for what, $1,100 or $1,200 a month for lease option?
$1,136 with a $15,000 lease option.
I mean, it's an $800. Yeah, it's an $800 to $900 positive cash flow with the option fee. I mean, and then because $300 is pure principal, it's major principal pay down. I mean, those are deals. When I told our COO about it, Jason, he says, I want it. I get the quick cash and quick turn, but you also got to remember that when you're doing flips like that, you're going to pay some capital gain shit on it too. So it's going to nail you in taxes.
Well, like I said, the only reason why I did that is just because I wanted to look at all possible options. Sure. Because once again, we did the Facebook thing and had a bunch of people interested, but it was like, oh, they don't make enough money or they can't put up the option fee. So that's when I said, you know what, maybe it would be good to look into this and, create a great relationship with the home inspector, and then got a bunch of good leads from him on, contractors and handymen. So I'm like, well, shit, let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
So, but I do think the best way to go is going to be the lease option. So it's just a matter of where do we land. So I told him today that we're ready to move forward so he can start getting the tenant out of there. So, I'm just looking at everything.
That's awesome. You have so many options with that property that it's ridiculous. So
shit, that's almost 50K in 5 years at 800 a month in cash flow without the option fee. Even if you finance the option fee over time, you still get it, like you're at 70 almost, something like that.
Yeah.
Get for the option fee.
Along with the principal pay down, the appreciation you get, and the depreciation to write off your own personal incomes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot more there. 7 different paydays to collect on over that 5 years.